One thing that I know about educators, most educators, and I know it because I am a former high school math teacher and I was like this. We are and can be super tight with our money. We are smart about how we spend our money. We are savers. We're not necessarily spenders. We are budgeting. And for me personally, it was because I wasn't making a big income. And so I had to spend my money carefully. Now, I still spend my money carefully, but I have a different mindset about money. And I feel like a lot of educators, especially educators who want to start a business, might need to have a mindset shift around spending money for their business. Even those words, spending money instead of investing in your business. When you invest, you expect to get something back. When you spend money, it's gone. So it's completely different. It's a different mindset. When I was in the beginning stages of my business, I was DIYing everything. I was figuring all the things out by myself. I was trying to build a WordPress site by myself. I was trying to figure out Facebook ads by myself, how to set up my online course, how to create teacher resources, how to set up my TPT store, like all the things I was trying to do alone. And it took forever. And like, for example, my website looked terrible. Okay. I wish I had taken pictures of when I was trying to do my WordPress site. It looks so bad because I am not a WordPress expert. Here's what I was an expert in. I was an expert in math, high school math. I was an expert in what my high school math students needed. Specifically, I taught lower level high school math students. And so I knew what they needed. I knew where their gaps typically fell. I knew where they would need extra practice. I knew the things that would, typically be easier for them. And so I could really make some high quality teacher resources because that was my area of expertise. But all of the business stuff, because I don't have a degree in business, I never had any experience in business, was new. And so when I was trying to teach myself, it was taking forever. I was trying to figure out the business side while also trying to have time to actually make the resources. And it was just too much. And I remember when I first invested, actually the first thing I ever invested in for my TPT business was the $60, it's $59.95, I think, annual TPT premium membership. And I remember I actually asked my husband for that for my birthday, as part of my birthday, because it felt like such a big chunk of change to put in this business that I didn't know was going to work or not. And thinking back now, like $60 now feels like a very easy yes, especially if I know that it's going to be a good investment in my business. And it was, because instead of having just 55% of my sales, I switched to the premium membership, which gave me 80% of my sales. So of course that was a great decision. But at the time, I remember agonizing over it and like messaging a friend who was on TPT and like, do I really need this premium membership? And she was like, yes, have you not already signed up for that? She had been on TPT for a couple of years. So I understand where you're coming from if you are new and you are scared to invest, because I've been there. I don't want you to think that I was born ready to invest in my business. It's hard. But when I made the mindset shift that investing in my business always pays back, it always has. I have never made an investment that I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I hadn't have done that. It has just skyrocketed my business so fast. And I have been able to do so many more things because it's not all about me. It's not about what I can do. I know that I am limited. I know that my skills are limited. I know that it's probably not possible for me to figure everything out in the time frame that I want to, while also being a present stay-at-home mom. A book that I read that really changed this perspective for me is called Who Not How, which is more about like hiring people, which is also another big mindset shift that I feel like a lot of educators struggle with, because they want to do it all themselves and they don't want to hire out. But you literally cannot do it all on your own. You need a mentor, you need a coach, you need courses, you need training, you need to hire out. Like there's so many things that you need to invest in your business if you really want this to go far. And accepting the fact that you can't do it all alone is so freeing, because it takes the weight off of you. No one expects you to do it all. No one is expecting you to run every single facet of your business. It's impossible. Any business owner that is successful, they have a team, they have invested in coaches and training, they have invested in, software and whatever else you need as far as like office space and computers. And there's a lot of different things that you can invest in, but just making the shift that you can't do it all alone, you need help, is just so important. So I want to talk specifically about coaching and training, because I can have a whole nother episode about hiring, and that's really not what this episode is about. This is more about investing in some training, coaching, a course that can help you build the business that you want. So if you don't know, I have a program called the Resource Academy where I help teachers and tutors and homeschool parents just like you start and grow their Teachers Pit Teacher store. And something that I have noticed in the past couple of years is more and more people who have been on TPT for several years are joining, because it's not like they're brand new and they've never started a TPT store. They have a store, they're just not making any money from it, or they're making very little because they thought they could do it by themselves. And then they join my program and oh my gosh, they're making 4-figure months. And I love seeing that, because I love that they tried it on their own, realized I need some help, and then they were humble enough to accept help from me. And I love helping those people see that it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to get training. And then I also love people that have never started a TPT store and start the right way and get some training before they even open their store. And man, they are skyrocketing their success, and they are expediting everything that they might have tried to DIY that would have taken years. They are seeing success so much faster, which I just love. Here are a few reasons why I love our program in particular. You can have all the training, you can watch all the videos, even if they are in the right order. I feel like a lot of people, they watch YouTube videos and they're trying to like listen to podcasts and watch YouTube videos. I have a ton of free content out there, but I guarantee you when you join my program, it's going to be so much better because it's in order. It's step by step. We have a lot of extra pieces of content in there that are going to help you. But even with all of that, the thing that I love most about the program, the Resource Academy that we offer, is the feedback and accountability. Because even with all the information, you still need someone saying, okay, you need to do this, or other eyeballs on your stuff. Because I have very detailed videos about exactly how to make a cover photo pop. We give you templates, we show you examples. And even with all of that, we still have people, especially new people, they're like, I've made this, I've used your template, I've watched the video 5 times, and I just can't see, I know this doesn't look good, but I can't figure out what to do to make it look better. And they post it in our feedback group. And we have several teachers like, oh, you need to make this bigger. You need this text to be a different color. You need to add this. And they're like, oh my gosh, I just needed that feedback. And then the accountability piece, every month in our group, we have a challenge for you to create one type of resource. And that accountability, that knowing in your brain, okay, I know that I need to at least make and upload one resource this month, which sounds very doable and it doesn't seem too overwhelming, but the accountability that it's going to be there every month and it's a different resource every month is going to help you build your store. So accountability and feedback. Another thing that I say all the time that I actually got from my business coach who I have invested in, Ashley Brock, she says, when you pay attention. I don't know if she coined that or if she got that from someone else. Either way, it's incredible. You can have all the information. You could probably find all the information out there on the internet. You don't need more information. When you pay, that's when you start paying attention. How many times have you downloaded a freebie or watched a free YouTube video and you really have it committed to implementing because you have no skin in the game? You didn't invest anything. But when you pay, you're like, okay, I need to make this money back and then a lot more. So then you start paying attention. I actually invested multiple 5 figures, close to 70K this year in training. And I'm fine with saying that. And I don't feel any kind of way other than joyful about that, because I heard God say to me, I'm going to bless you in this so that you can bless others. And I really felt like it was the right decision for my business. And it has been incredible and it has literally changed the game for me. And that was obviously a huge investment and more than I have ever invested in anything. And it has paid off. And I know it will continue to pay off. And I've already made my money back plus a lot more. And it's just been incredible. So when you pay attention. And then another thing, you don't know what you don't know. Until you get into my program and start watching the videos, you don't know what you're missing. And until you get feedback from our group, you don't know what you're missing. It's just so, so important. And you may be thinking, well, obviously I am not going to invest 70K as a newbie. Obviously not. I've been doing this for 7 years now. I don't expect that. But what I don't want you to say is when you see the price of a program, whether it's mine or someone else's, I can afford that immediately. Can you really not afford it? What about that $5 you spend every morning for coffee? Or what about eating out 3 times a week? Can you take some of that and instead of spending it on food or whatever it is, reinvest it into your business so that you can grow your money in your business, and then you can get that $5 coffee every morning without any guilt. I'm not saying that you should feel guilty about spending money on things that you enjoy. Don't hear that. But what I am saying is if you really want it, you can most likely afford any TPT program that is out there, including mine. It's not that you can't afford it. Can you afford to stay stuck another year and not make any money on TPT? Like, that's really the conversation you need to have with yourself. Maybe you have joined a program before and it wasn't the right fit, or you feel like you got burned, and that can happen. So how do you know if a program is right for you? Well, you want to trust the mentor, the coach. You want to work with someone that has a proven track record. That's why I like to show my income from TPT on my Instagram at Lindsay Bowden, not to brag, but to show like I'm not lying about my income, first of all, and I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this a while. So someone that you know has a track record, and also someone that has a track record with other people, not just themselves. So not only do I show my income, but I also show tons of results from people who have taken my program. So I have a proven method, and you can also see those results on my Instagram. It's a highlight bubble called results, and my Instagram is at Lindsay Bowden. And, just someone that you resonate with and that you like the sound of their voice and you're okay with listening to a whole program with them talking. That's important too. But, someone that has the credentials and someone that has the testimonials is really important. And when you invest, I've seen this in my personal life, when you invest in a business program, coaching, mentorship, it hasn't only helped me in my business, but it spills out into other areas of my life. Like, I have more confidence now in my business because of this big coaching program that I had just taken. I have set more boundaries up in my life in a good way around my working hours, because my goal is to spend as much time with my children and my husband as possible. And so I've hired team members. I have offloaded so many things that I used to do because I was still holding that, like, oh, only I can do this. But really, that's not true. That's not true. There are very few things in my business that only I can do. Basically, make my videos and make my programs and make the actual TPT resources, but someone else could upload them. Someone else could make the cover photos. Like, there's so many things that other people can do. So hopefully this was helpful. I know this is kind of like a different type of podcast that I normally do. It's not the step-by-step, here's exactly what you do to get this result. It's just the mindset shift that all educators who want to start a business need to make. Investing in your business is the best thing that you can do to grow your business. And I would love for you to invest with me. I know I can help you start and grow a Teachers Pay Teacher store and make more money as an educator. I do have a free training that can tell you exactly how. You can head to lindsaybowden.com/training to learn more, and I'll see you there.